Hi everyone. Sorry about that. Welcome back. Thank you for your patience. Internet just straight up crashed. I think this has been something on my end. Hopefully, the soft reset on the router and modem will help us have a good stream here on through. Um, and yeah, going back to what I was saying. Yeah, I think the last thing I was just saying is that I'm still super apprehensive about the show because I've heard things from both people in chat and outside saying that this show gets worse with Paul and Rudy. He's still a predator. He still wants to have his distant but still cousin as his first because she promised herself to him now in 5 years. Um, the show does a lot wrong and a lot gross. However, the show's stupidly pretty, and I think the last leg of the adventure of the season is really fucking good. Like after the transportation to the demon realm, those episodes are for fantasy nerds such as me and a DM. Just the setting, the aesthetic, the designs, the way that people interact, the unique money. It's just a good time. There.
She promised her to him when in 5 years when they're both 15.
She's already 15, so she'd be 20 and he'd be 15. An adult, considered an adult in this world.
Hmm. So he has not groomed one, but two people, and one of them being his family
Yep,
member.
yep. I still that whole Sylphie thing. I'm gonna groom her to be the perfect wife. Fuck you. Fuck off. Die. Disgusting. Gilly, anything you want to say on Jobless?
Uh, I mean, there's a reason I didn't keep trying to watch it. Like as soon as it was gone because I was just not interested.
Yeah,
Honest,
same.
yeah. Honestly, guys, I continued watching it because I needed to know how bad it will get, just so I can speak about the show, so I can condemn the show with knowledge. Um, to my surprise, it became a really good fantasy story. But yeah, it's a deal breaker. It would normally be a deal breaker for me too.
Yeah.
Speaking of deal
Well,
breakers and little children who shouldn't be put into sexual situations,
just what to say. Let's move on to boonies. What the fuck was episode 3? What the
mm-hmm.
fuck happened? Like by episode 2, I remember the jokes were already wearing thin for me, and I remember all three of us were not feeling episode 3.
I've got the chocolate, and you've got the banana,
That wasn't even my
little
biggest issue
boy.
with that episode. My biggest issue with that episode was that there were three different twists. The maid, the witch is the princess. Oh, it's the recruiter who's the evil mastermind. Oh no, there's a demon in the king, and he's the actual mastermind. Like what the fuck?
Yep.
Look, I was so cool with this show until every bad thing that could have happened in the third episode.
Yeah. Seriously.
I was honestly fine with it, and then everything happened. Especially since I realize as it goes along, I could easily realize as it was progressing that it was turning into like pseudo harem, and I didn't want that.
Yeah. Honestly. Uh,
Yeah,
I. But actually, like, I didn't fucking mind the harem. I thought like Hime Princess was fine. Yeah, the girl was thirsty as fuck, but like whatever, man. Like let her live her dreams. It's like when everything when everything happens, none of it matters. Like, okay, she's a princess. Cool. Okay, the recruiter who I personally really liked is evil. Okay, but not really. Like everything Meep said. Like, who gives a shit? Like, why? None of it matters. Did any of it matter? I don't know. I didn't continue watching this series.
We were never given any reason to like the kingdom, to care about the plot line with the king, to care about the war that the recruiter was trying to start. Like, we cared about Lloyd and getting into the fucking mate and getting into the academy. Then they immediately went to world-ending plotline. Like, I, it was just so out of left field. All of it. I don't understand what happened.
There could also be the situation where we're taking this show way more seriously than we should be.
I wasn't taking it seriously at all.
Okay, fair enough.
Why would I
Yeah.
take this show seriously? It was very light-hearted, and that's how I was taking it. But just so many things happened that I did not want.
Mm.
Yeah, like the show, we might have been, like you say, we might have been taking the show way too seriously, but it throws this serious plot line with no comedy other than the chocolate and the banana thing for most of it.
I didn't need that part.
Sorry about that. My
I
parents
didn't
are
I
strict
didn't
with each other.
need the several hundred-year-old lolly witch to be wanting to do dirty things with the 15-year-old boy.
Yeah, it's borderline passable when Hestia does it. In this show, it's no, no.
Does anything ever even happen between Hestia and that boy? Because I remember that was like a ship it was trying to push.
Nope, because Hestia loves him. He's like, oh, Hestia, we can't. It's. You're my friend.
To be fair, I thought him and the blonde girl made a better couple, anyways.
Because he liked her, but I think the reasons, like, I'm kind of getting the same vibe from this
But I love
show.
Amelia.
Hey, listen, Rem is best girl, okay?
Well, from what I understand in the ReZero light novels, it actually makes a lot more sense why he chose Amelia. It's just the anime never conveyed why.
I mean, the anime gave Rem the best fucking emotional speech of that year, so,
I mean, and the light novels had a lot more with Amelia. It's just, from what I understand, she was very much in the background of the anime. We shouldn't talk about that though. We're talking about booties.
I
My
was
bad.
waiting. I was waiting for you to. I was waiting for you to bring it up. I was just like, he's gonna catch it at one of these points.
Be how indicative of how little I have to say about the show, other than I remember at around episode 2, it was losing me. Episode 3 happened. It lost me fully.
I mean, I didn't watch
Like,
this.
I liked how the one witch got curses. I was just gonna say, I did find, like, the one joke that did work for me each time was how the witch kept getting curses. It was like, when it was the small misfortunes, then medium misfortunes, I was like, oh, okay, I know. The next time it's gonna be large misfortunes, but it's like, no, for every third word you're gonna say meow. I was like, oh, okay, that actually kind of works.
Okay, that was funny. I agree. That was pretty good. But the other shtick that I knew was gonna get old, like, I mean, the thing is, we don't really have much to say on this show, do we, guys? Like, none of us continued watching it.
None of us continued watching it, and the only thing I have to say on this show is how just disappointed I was. Because I had I was the one that like was hoping this would make the list because I was excited for it.
Yeah, this was almost your lock, wasn't it?
It was. It was very close to being my lock. It was between this and Skate.
Man, I, I just realized, Gilly, you're gonna have 100% successful lock rate.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, no, it was between this and Skate, and yeah, it's disappointing for me how this turned out.
I agree.
Because even like the whole thing with him, with you know thinking he's not strong, that's the shtick. That's the entire shtick of the show. That was never gonna go away, because in comparison to where he grew up, he is weak. That was the whole shtick of it.
I just feel like that shtick would have gotten old really fast for me personally.
It was just how it was
Same.
supposed to be, because like all the he comes from the last town before the final dungeon. Everyone is uncomfortably powerful, and in comparison to them, he's weak.
Yeah, yeah. I did find every time they cut away to like the scene from his town, I was so much more interested than whatever's happening in the actual show.
I I did find it funny whenever people were like, "Wait, he's from fucking where? You fucking what? Why did you let him in here?"
I'm not gonna say no to that.
But
This
no, I
show,
was very excited for the show, and it let me down so much.
Yeah,
It let me
it's
down.
unfortunate. Do either of you have anything else to say about it, or
I'm remembering getting some good laughs from this show. I think the first episode was really good. It's just I think we pretty much got it's. It just feels like we got everything it was going to be in the first two episodes, and then when they introduced the whole, come here, little boy, part as a joke, I think it killed it for me and you, Meep. Yeah, Gilly, I feel your pain, man.
that wasn't the part that killed it for me. The
And
part that killed it
I was also about one more
was from the
locust
three
joke away
twists in the
from
span of
being
five
tired of that
minutes.
one.
Yeah, can we have some new fucking monsters? Meep, what'd you say?
I said that was the part that killed it for me. The part that killed it for me was the fucking three twists in 5 minutes. Like, calm down, Shyamalan.
But yeah, no, Gilly, can we like? It's first of all, why is this town overrun by giant monsters? Second of all, why the fuck are they all locusts? Put in some fucking effort, show. Which is a shame because this show looked good. Little Lloyd, Little Link, Skyward Sword, Breath of the Wild Link looked fantastic. I loved his design. In fact,
Well,
I liked the design for a lot of the characters.
the I love the art style on the show. I really did. Um, and they actually, when he talked about his journey to the town, they showed other monsters. They had actually drawn out like a dragon and some weird kind of fucking rabbit thing.
I just like the way you said that.
I don't I It looked kind of like a rabbit, but it wasn't. I don't know what you'd call it. Uh, they had other designs, but they kept just using the
The
same
bunnies from
joke
Blood
with the
Sea.
locust.
I think this
The
show.
bunnies from One Piece.
Okay.
Do you
Yeah,
think this
sorry about that.
show? Huh?
I was just gonna say, if it seems like I'm cutting everyone off, I'm having latency issues. It's like I'm hearing you guys say one thing, stop talking, and then it starts in the middle of a sentence you're in. I'm just having some latency
Yeah.
issues.
Yeah, it's felt like you've had latency issues. Maybe hop out, wait like 10 seconds, and hop back in. In the meantime, Gilly, do you think this show? I know nothing about the show. I don't know the manga. I don't know the light novel. I don't know its source. I'm. The more we're talking about it, it just sounds like this show had poor direction. Like the person, like the director or the producer, like whoever was in charge was like making the decision to keep making the same joke over and over again. Maybe it's the same way in the manga, but like,
No, I think that specific joke was an anime decision, but the few people I've talked to that have actually read the manga don't like it.
fair enough.
So I don't know.
Is this both of your most disappointings?
We'll find out tomorrow.
Fair enough. Because I don't. I feel what talking about. I feel like this is the one all of us were really disappointed for.
Yeah,
I don't know, maybe Idly
yeah.
Pride. Yes.
Speaking of Idly Pride,
Let's move on to Idly Pride, which we did find out later on is a Idle mobile game, or Idly Pride is a fucking commercial for an Idle mobile game that's coming out.
yeah,
By the way,
specifically
Dal, put this
Gotcha.
for me to find it.
One more time. By the way, Dal, what?
I said, by the way, Dal, please put the still up so when I'm finding timestamps, I'm not hating myself.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's up. It's up. But yeah, no. Idly Pride is the anime interlude for like Meep said. It's going to be idol based gotcha game.
Gotta
Do
catch
with
'em
that
all.
knowledge what you will.
By the way, remember how I was upset about the ghost and how we like I remember you two were like, "Oh, it could be, just him being some kind of schizophrenic," or and then that kind of went out the drain when there was the girl that could speak to Mana.
Yep.
I actually did go through and skip through the last episode, which, by the way, for the final song, they just reused that one song again. I'm upset. Upset me, and I'm not even fucking invested in the show.
It's the song.
And
It's the song. It's the Mana song. Everything's about Mana.
and from what I understand, so the way it's sort of handled is really weird. But I think they dropped that Mana is an angel.
What?
They the way they talk about it is she was sent there to cure Makino's pain, and like just every way they're talking about it just sounds like she's an angel, and I'm like, what the fuck?
I thought this show had promise, man. But that sounds so fucking stupid.
I don't even know how anyone could get invested in the show when there's 20 fucking goddamn main characters.
Cute
That was
girls.
the only. That was the only thing that really killed me on it, which is the funny thing to me. I was still fine with it until they just continued to add more.
Mm-hmm. I
If they
remember.
if that last episode when I finally he said no I can't keep doing this, if they just not added more characters in that episode, I would have kept wanting to go with it
I
because I had
remember that
no
day.
issue with the rest of it.
Yeah. We were sitting around here, and I remember the episode before where, like, okay, but, like, you and I looked at, quote unquote, looked at each other. Uh, I looked at my microphone, and I imagined you looked at yours, and we went, like, man, I don't know. It's because Meep, you were done with it right away. You're like, why the fuck are there so many characters? Who the fuck are all these characters? And we're like, nah, it's fine, it's fine. Give us more girlies. Give us more girls. They're cute. At least
Like
they're all
I
different.
said like I had said the episode prior that I was getting it was starting to get to be too many, and then they just added even more after that,
Yeah,
and that's it was like, well, I already said it was starting to get too many, and you just brought even more in. I can't.
exactly. It's like both of us were kind of on the edge, and then the next episode they brought even more, and then they split the group, and then they brought even more, and then they said they were gonna bring even more, and we're like, we can't. No, I get it. You want to show? We didn't know it was a gotcha game up until this point. It was at that episode, I think Meep or I don't remember, one of you two found out that it was setting up to be a gotcha game, and I was like, oh, that's
It
why.
was me.
It was you.
And I will give King's Raid this one thing. At least it didn't add
Oh,
It didn't what?
50 fucking characters in the episodes
Oh,
we watched.
yeah, Gilly, huh? Oh,
look,
perfect.
King's Raid had a bunch of characters, but it held no illusion that 90% of them mattered.
And that's the thing, like, they didn't handle their roster well. Idly Pride, the anime, did not handle its roster well. You had Mana's sister, and then you had, I Feel It in My Doki Doki Heart girl, and they were fine. And then the other girls.
And silence.
Hmm?
I think the Doki Doki Heart Girl was also like not an angel, but something because the way she talks about it, Mana says, "Huh, that sounds familiar, like to what happened with me." I'm just like, don't tell me this girl is either possessed or also sent by God.
I don't know, man. We haven't watched the rest of the series. Meep, you watched the final episode just to see where it ends. Like,
I skimmed through the final episode. I wouldn't say I watched it.
okay, well, not totally fair, but fair enough. Well enough alone.
Like I skimmed through it, listened to certain conversations that seemed like they hold relevance. Listen, I checked out once it seemed like Mana was an angel. I fucking checked out.
Oh god, Idly Pride. And yeah, yeah.
Idly Pride was another. Idly Pride was another disappointment because I didn't know what to expect of it in the beginning. I had no idea what to expect of it, and then I was actually enjoying it, but then it just kept adding more characters. Like,
Yeah,
why does everything I love have to hurt me?
Skate didn't hurt you. Horimiya didn't hurt you.
I mean, Horimiya hurt me in different ways.
Yeah, in the good
Oh.
ways.
Well, if we're okay with moving on from Idly Pride.
Not yet actually.
Oh.
We're talking about our disappointments with Idly Pride. They did not handle their roster well. They did not keep their gacha teams balanced. Hello, Taco. Glad you're still lurking. Um, Thank you for the follow, by the way. Um, Music. You already brought it up, Meep, but I'll let you say it again because I know you enjoy it.
They reuse that song so much, and the fact that climactic song, I think they used it throughout the entire series.
It really feels that way, which is crazy to me because one of my favorite things about the fucking show is that the endings changed every time. It was different girls, a different idol group that was introduced or actually like participated in that episode, and I thought that was really cool, which implies that the game is going to have crossovers with other idol groups and other idol anime, which I think is good business strategy. But like, and the show's pretty too. The girls are cool. I can tell all of them apart until they're just all talking over each other with like sometimes it's just too much, man. But how are you gonna use the same song over and over again each episode? Like, come on, man. Like, you have. It's an idol music game. You need to have music. Where's the music? In the endings, okay.
Yeah.
Where's the rest of the music?
Yeah, if the idols started dancing to Bloody Stream, then we'd be talking.
Idly Pride, you should have been better.
Should have been better, and it's dead because it isn't.
Cute animation though. All the girls are really pretty. There's a girl for everyone, except that they're teenagers. So please don't.
Listen, I refuse to believe that some of those girls are teenagers. Just like I refuse to believe that some of it just like I refuse to believe that Maki is a teenager. No fucking way.
I mean, listen, guys, don't. Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen draws its characters more adult. Like Itadori, I believe, is a teenager, but a few of the characters, like, hmm. Same with Skate. Like, people looked way older than they really were. Like Joe and Sakura were like 24. Adam was like 26.
Let's let this be clear. The reason why most anime take place in high school settings is because for people that live in Japan, high school is the last hurrah. It's like the last time you are truly free. Sure, you have college, but that's when you're really cracking down and you have no free time in it. Even though college in the West is seen as party time, so that's why a lot of anime is set in high school and in school situations, and lots of those mangakas still want to make adult-looking characters, so they'll draw those characters as adults. It's just it's a thing that's ingrained with their media and culture, so that's why people are generally more forgiving when they talk about, best girl, stuff like that. Like, best girl, and it's in a high school setting. It's like, wait, aren't they 16? It's like, well, yes, but no, because they're not drawn that way, and our mangakas, in really, they don't act that. It's weird. It is very weird.
Yeah. Obviously, there needs to be a sense of reality, right? Like, you need to acknowledge it when there's a person or a character, or more importantly, a person of that age. Don't fucking do it, man. You're a 35-year-old man, 25-year-old, 40-year-old man. They're high schoolers. Probably shouldn't do it. It's not good. That being said, when someone is drawn and the show itself is drawing attention to it, there's two conversations to have. There's the, ho ho, sexy TT lady, and then there's the, yeah, but why are we constantly doing
Yeah. Like, no one here is going to shame you for saying Nobra or Maki is your top waifu, because, both of them are pretty good.
it? And there's another thing about saying, like, yeah,
Mm.
my.
I
That's
mean,
all I have to say.
Nobra can't wear that dress with her legs, so.
Yeah, the last few shots of Nobra really made her girl works out, you can tell. But yeah, no, like, some people take waifus to extreme. No reason to. But yeah, anyway. Um yeah, the show in Idly Pride definitely, especially that one girl. What was her name? Mai Ray?
Uh, Mana's friend?
No, the one who could talk to, yeah, the one who could talk to Mana. Yeah, yeah.
No, okay. When I was saying Mana's friend, I was meaning the one that Makino worked with since before the idol group formed.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about the one that can talk to her in her spirit form, who is literally becomes the protagonist.
I don't remember. I just know that I looked at her. I'm like, oh, that's a college girl. Wait, she's in high school? No. I literally looked at
Yeah, the
show.
show, the angles and the outfits the show puts her in, they know what they're doing.
It's like if you've ever watched Devil as a Part Timer. Like, those two girls aren't. They're not high schoolers. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me, show.
Yeah, I forgot that show's getting a second season.
Hooray!
Yeah. Satan walks into the room with the one girl he works with. Chris Hansen walks out. Oh no.
I mean, French fry girl is waifu, but anyway.
I personally prefer the hero. I ship
Okay.
them.
Okay. So, speaking of shipping, relationships, waifus, and intricate, like, just personalities galore.
Horimiya, episode 12, which, before I read the synopsis, the teacher finally came back.
He did. He did come back.
I was gonna bring that up.
It's my boy back for the last pervy.
He has not changed at all.
He's got it worse.
Episode 13. The students all graduate with green-haired boy's sister making it into the school she wanted. Miyamura can't help but imagine what life would have been like if he never got close to his friends, and the students all go for a trip when Yagi gets his license. I did like this finale, but I do want to let this know for if anyone in the audience is a manga reader. The last 3 episodes adapted 70 chapters of the manga. Just putting that out there. If you're a manga reader, this would not be the experience you wanted. For anime only viewers, this has been a phenomenal and fantastic experience. But knowing people that have read the manga, seeing some discourse going on, this is not for manga readers. This is for people. This is to get people interested in the manga to go read it. That is, from what my understanding is, what this show is meant to be, and it has been fantastic. Any anime only viewer I've seen, they've sung the show's praises, and even us, we've loved the show to death. Like, I wouldn't have been able to tell you if it was 70 chapters if I wasn't told and actually looked into it. Like,
They
they did a good job adapting these chapters.
they
It's just, this is not for manga readers. Definitely not.
they really did, and very.
Oh, you cut out.
Oh, I said they really did. And not many shows make me want to sit down and pick up the manga after I finish a series.
Yeah, it's this show was.
We've been conditioned that it's episode like story, little story by little story, little story by little story by little story in each episode. So the format is kinder to this, but fucking hell, that's impressive.
Yeah. Although I can definitely tell where some context is missing. Like, when I heard that, when I heard from one of my friends that actually does read the manga, that yeah, no, it makes more sense why Toru chooses Yuki in the manga. I thought about, like, yeah, no, I guess there is some missing context for that, because we get looks into the relationships, but it's never like as in depth as we get with Hori and Miyamura.
I will remind y'all that when we started this series on episode 1 and 2, I asked you guys a question. What do you think the show's going to be? Do you think it's going to be... This is before I realized Horimiya stood for Hori and Miyamura, but I thought it was just Horimiya was a word. Um, I asked you, what do you guys think it's going to be? We have this wonderful wallpaper-esque scene in the opening where we have all the characters, and we know it's going to be a big roster. Do you think the show is going to be about just Hori and Miyamura's relationship, or do you think we're going to just have a rotating cast of characters and see different relationships interacting with each other? And while we got both, the show is definitely Hori Miyamura. And because of that, the love triangle, yeah, didn't really get enough. It was cute. What we did get was good, but I definitely wanted more Toru, Yuki, and Sakura.
I know a
So
lot
one
of people.
thing I'm disappointed with the ending is that even in the ending there is no like real conclusion to what the fuck happened there.
Really?
No, because there's never nothing stated. Nothing
Nothing's
is declared. As far as we know, they just go on being friends indefinitely.
Oh, you mean
yeah.
Yuki and Toru?
Yeah, I'm talking
Yeah.
about them. Yeah, no, with Sakura and Toru, it everything was wrapped up, like cleared. It made sense, and it they both understood.
Yeah. Sakura's a good girl. A really good girl. She's a good bean.
Can I tell you guys something that made me feel crazy when I woke up this morning that involves this show?
Okay.
When I woke up this morning, for some reason I could swore we already
He'll come back. He always comes back. Anyway, while Meep is reconnecting to the land of the living, yeah, I agree, Gilly. The Yuki Toru thing, I mean, it didn't bother me as much as, and you're not gonna like this, as much as Adachi to Shimamura, because it felt like Yuki was accepting her
did the
anxiety a lot more. Yeah, Chad, Meep couldn't tell us what he was dreaming about. It felt like she just accepted a lot of her anxiety and being like, yeah, you know what, things are okay.
retrospective, and I
Oh, we're getting Meep's ghost, aren't we? Meep, are you back, or are we getting your ghost? I think we're getting his ghost. I just went ahead and disconnected him. He'll be back shortly, guys. But yeah, I felt like she got her anxieties in check and being like, yo, you know what? Like, things are okay. Like, yes, things aren't what I want them to be, but they're not bad. And if they get better, awesome. And if they don't, that's okay. And at least that's how I felt with her in the end. Oh no, did I disconnect?
No. Uh, no, just the whole fact they were just left in this. Are they going to do anything, or are they not going to do anything?
Kind of a
Is
will they, won't they?
yeah. The the whole reason I love this, that I love this show so much is that that was never an issue with our main characters. It was a will they won't they for like maybe 1.5 episodes. Then you knew they were going to, but they were being, teenagers, and then they were together. So like I always appreciated that with this show because usually that's what I hate. I hate that
Yeah.
they didn't do that in this show.
The thing, I'm sitting here and thinking about it and what you're saying, and like, from a, maybe it's because we have Hori and Miyamura that we do have closure, right? And we see their relationship very intimately develop and play out through the series that I'm more forgiving with them doing this with Toru and Yuki because I have relationships where I look back in high school and I'm like, man, that person was definitely into me. If only like I came out with my feelings and I didn't hesitate, and maybe we would have gotten together. Hell, I have that about college. um,
I am.
that's welcome back. That is a
I,
real thing that people experience, and I can I think I can. No, I think I can forgive. I personally can forgive the show doing this with Yuki and Toru because sometimes it'd be like that, you know? Do I wish the two awkward dumbasses would just tell each other how they honestly feel and just get what they want because they deserve it? Yes. But sometimes it'd be like that.
One thing that was really fun with this final episode, one thing that was really fun with this final episode for me is that it it almost felt like in its own way was almost like a recap because they had talked about how everybody's grown, where they've gotten to, and I liked that though because it was just really nice. Just looking back, Miyamura did his own retrospective.
The Miyamura one hurt because, again, for those of you who've stayed with us on all of our episodes, you would know that I relate to Miyamura's traumas, anxieties a lot. I I was in a very similar situation as this character is depicted in. So like having that whole scene play out hurt a lot. But yeah, continue, Gilly.
What, I don't know what just happened. Uh, no, just the whole premise of the final episode was just Miyamura looking back and everyone kind of thinking back a little bit. Look, all the little snapshots and the colors. It was just it was good. It was good fun.
am I back from the land of the dead?
You are indeed, Mr. Meep.
Okay. To finish off, to add on to what you were saying about Toru and Yuki before I finish off my thought from earlier, yeah, Toru and Yuki, I agree that I'm okay with how it ended. I just wish that we would have had some more definitive. I wish we would have had a more definitive idea of, yeah, no, they didn't get together or they did. And I wish it would have given us more context as to why that choice that was made was made. Just getting us more insight into the characters because we do get a lot of insight as to why Miyamura and Hori make those choices. It's just a lot of context missing from the manga that in hindsight I did realize, which it isn't fair. This is meant as a sort of way to get people into the manga because there was no way they were going to adapt all of it faithfully into one season.
Hmm. Yeah, you feel similar to what me and Gilly were saying while you were away. We expressed very similar opinions on that. Just to catch you up, I just think it's because the show had to choose what to focus on, and it focused on strongly on Hori and Miyamura, and we just had other relationships not. They couldn't have enough screen time to really develop. Otherwise, a lot of the other smaller relationships and characters would have completely fallen by the wayside. But yeah, it would have been nice to see what happened and to have that a little bit more explored.
Yeah, and to finish off my thought from earlier, I had this very vivid dream where we did this and we were talking about the show. And I remember Gilly was telling us about how there was one chapter that that the show didn't do. And it was about apparently there was a time skip, and it was when Hori realized she didn't love Miyamura anymore, and that's when the clouds came back to her life. And I don't know why. I vividly remember this conversation, and I was just so sad after. I woke up and I was just sad, like, no, why did they have to break up? But I don't know why my brain comes up with this when I'm asleep.
That is sad. I would be sad too if that had happened. What about you, Gilly? Are you about to drop the knowledge on us?
Pouring me
That
at the
no,
sad end.
that would just be confusing, is all that would be.
She doesn't love Miyamura anymore, and now the clouds are back in her life. I don't even remember if there's an explanation as to why that was given. It was just that she fell out of love or something. I don't know. My brain is weird.
Hey,
At least this wasn't
sometimes
a dream
even
of
good
Papa.
relationships. Yeah. But sometimes even good relationships come to an end. What's important is that they end well too. But speaking of good relationships, let's talk about Hori and Miyamura. Let's talk about Horimiya.
Yeah. Good relationships come to an end, so make sure your partner stays yours forever and lock them in your basement.
Ah, yes, the modern understanding of love, possession, and Yeah, no, fuck that. Shut up, me punch.
It's like that fucking Meat Canyon Garfield video.
I don't know what you said, but the words that you said and the combination that they were said in, I did not like. Kuma
That just
punch.
came out. What you don't watch Meat Canyon?
So how do we feel about Horimiya as a couple throughout the show? Don't hurt me no more.
Man, Miyamura would have been a sad boy if he didn't meet them.
Let's talk about Miyamura then. Fuck, guys, that was
I relate so heavily
yeah, same.
to that scene. I
I
will often
think
think about how small little happenstances just bring so much together. If it wasn't for one small little happenstance of me joining a D&D game, I would not have as much of an online presence as I do. I would not have met the people I have. I would not be as outgoing as I was. I would probably be a worse person, honestly, because I would be feeding into what the people around me are like, what the people in my province are like. That's not a good thing.
I think there is beauty and opportunity for joy to be found within looking back and appreciating the what Miyamura refers to as coincidences, but just the little moments that lead you to where you are now. I don't think that right Hori saves him from becoming fixated on that thought because I don't think it's healthy. You shouldn't analyze where you are in life and how you got here. But I think it's important to look back, both to learn lessons from, because your failures are opportunities to learn and improve, and reflecting on that is important. But also just to realize, how just a few nice little moments have culminated into like what you have now and only makes you appreciate what you have even more.
Yeah, I agree.
The part in that scene that got me though with Miyamura is that it was when I thought the whole thing was really good. I'm like, okay, cool. We're having a really nice closure and reflection. There was this one scene where everyone was like clicky. You know, it showed like everyone talking to each other, but not to like a few of their own people, but not to each other. Because all of those people, all the colors you see on the screen right now, they all blend because it is implied that Hori and Miyamura got together. Otherwise, a lot of these people would have stayed in their own circles. I think they miscolored it. I think they gave Sakura, Remy, and Yanagi the one color. I think it should have been Son Goku, uh, Sengoku. But regardless, the scene that got me to choke up a little bit was when Miyamura turns around to his old former and alternative self and goes, "I'm sorry, I'll stop pretending. Um, I'll stop pretending you're not there." And when he turns around, it's just his middle school self, that hurt kid who's been wronged by so many people and just doesn't know why. Just turns around and goes, "No, it's okay. Now that you've stopped, I'll disappear for you." And I'm like, "Fucking hell, man! Way to communicate trauma, closure, and healing."
Yeah, it's it's a very good representation of what that kind of feeling is like.
I wish I could recover as much as Miyamura did, as fast as Miyamura did, but I'm happy for him. I know he's a fictional character, but it's a good example of how to like heal and let go. Although I am
Yeah.
concerned for them too. I'm worried that, they're really rushing their relationship.
Hmm. Maybe the manga expands upon the marriage thing. Maybe there's like a point where she's like, "What were we thinking, Miyamura-kun?"
There's a fun little offshoot that I'm currently looking at that's a two-chapter thing of 10 years later.
Oh.
But the thing is, it's not focused
Oh,
around either of them. It's focused around Sota and the girl that he always has over at their house.
Cute red girl
oh,
gets and Soda get to yeah. I'm happy for them. They seem they're
It's
cute
actually
kids.
really cute.
Aw.
They're
Post
both
it.
they're both in like high school now.
Ah. Oh, I love that. I love that.
It's funny too because it's called like chapters 119.5 and 119.6, which I
Nice.
really hate. It's
Nice.
really cute though.
Does anyone else have the Horimiya? I almost said Hinamatsuri. Does anyone else have the Horimiya opening playing in their head right now, or just me?
It always plays in my mind every once in a while.
It's really pretty too.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I particularly like how that one scene where they show Hori kind of going through the four panels of seasons, and you see the tree, the lighting, and her outfit kind of change depending on the season, as well as, of course, this still, all of the characters on screen. Anyway, what do you guys think about their relationship? Do you think they're really rushing into it? Or, is it all right? Should they just continue on happily and I should take my own potential jadedness and shove it?
if they make it work, then fantastic. I I don't see any reason to stop them.
Yeah, I don't want them to break up. I just the marriage, the high school marriage thing for me as an American is weird.
I don't think they're getting married right away. I think that was just them saying, "Hey, let's stay together until we get married."
Ah. So, Gilly, this is something I wanted to ask you before. Which do you think is a better finale for this episode, for this series? The last episode or the Christmas episode, the pre-last episode?
Wait, what?
What do you think is a better finale for this series? This episode or the episode 11, the Christmas episode, or 12, whichever one that was?
Uh, it's really hard to say because I think things from both needed to be there for it to be a good ending.
I agree. What about you, Meep?
I think this episode worked better as a finale. Honestly, it gave us some sort of conclusion with Miriam's feelings and everything.
I feel like episode 12 was the finale for the characters because we got to see everyone kind of we've seen everyone come away a long way, and because we've always got
Oh,
snippets, it never felt like we're watching multiple stories. It just all kind of happened like life.
oh,
And then episode 13, the finale, felt like the finale for Miyamura and Hori. Just what's up, good?
I'm just skimming through this, and the next chapter, after 10 years later, is called 20 Years Before, and it's about Hori's parents in high school. What the fuck
No.
is this shit? It's so good.
I need to see that.
Kyosuke was really hot in high school.
I mean, he's
He was
supposedly
also
really
a
hot now.
punk.
Of course he
He drove.
was.
He wore a leather jacket and drove in on a motorcycle his first day.
I'm not surprised.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. I'm looking at this and it's fucking distracting me a little bit. Stuff though. Oh, this is like stuff that happened right before the final episode. Cool.
Oh.
But go on.
Oh, also, speaking of their parents, Horimiya's dad just shows up and goes, "Hey, Miyamura, my boy, my child, my kid, me boy."
He doesn't. He doesn't want to take pictures with his daughter. He wants to take pictures with Miyamura.
To be fair, he is kinder to him than his daughter.
Yeah. It's it's nice. It's cute.
Yeah, that's why I think Kyosuke likes to see Miyamura all the time because he's actually nice to him. The rest of his family fucking hates him. I'd want to see the guy who's nice to me too.
You will die on this hill, Meep.
I just like Kyosuke. He just got more and more funny for me. And he's nice. He really is. He's just, him.
Fair enough, and I guess you can't really blame someone for being themselves. Except I do. Remy's final scene was kind of weird. Like, she got really bashful about wanting to hang out, and she got a little anxious about people not wanting to be her friends anymore. Like, that's not an insecurity I expected her to have, but it was nice to get that, like, full counter, like, full round. It came full circle for her. She was really confident. She kind of created insecurities. Then she and Sakura kind of not rekindled, but like reestablished their relationship as being really close. And then in the end, she was insecure, and everyone brought her up.
See, when that scene first started, I thought it was going to lead into Remy wanting to spend the night with Sengoku in a hotel.
Yep, me too. I was pretty sure she's like, "Why don't you let me? You don't want me to be alone in my room? Do you not love me, Sengoku?"
Sengoku-kun, don't you
Oh,
want me to
speaking
give
of
you... Oh, I was just gonna make a joke.
Sengoku's father shows up in the fucking manga, and they're just clones of each other.
God damn
Oh
it.
god. Give him Roadhead, I mean what?
I mean, oh my god. On that joke, OBS is disconnected. You can't make this shit up, folks. Alex. Ruckduck, I'm sorry. I had to get back up because there was a big pause followed by a random roadhead, and I'm confused. No, fair enough. Roadhead aside, and definitely not Remy, this show does characters incredibly well. Horimiya stands out among other slice of life high school romance animes for me because it actually doesn't rely on problematic behaviors and outside drama for it to stay interesting. The drama comes from inside each character and how they feel individually and how they feel in a relationship with different people. The show has succeeded in running a roster of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, so let's see, 6, 9, 12. This show has succeeded running a roster of 15 plus characters, and each character being unique. You immediately identify them, you know what they're about, you know what their issues are, you know what their strengths are. Not every character lands right with me, but just like in life, not every not every person you meet is going to be someone you're going to get along with, and that's okay. Some people are not right for each other, and this show explores that in many different ways. And I love characters, and this show is pretty. It talks about your internal emotions really well. I really relate to Miyamura's inner insecurities and traumas really well. And I am amazed at how this series was able to, in one season, handle so many chapters and do it coherently. And Wonder Egg would probably have gotten this if it finished the series, but I have zero regrets with saying, Horimiya, may you please marry me. Oh, I don't get bells? There it is. No, the show's great. I love this show as much. Gilly, I fully expected us to be splitting custody. That's not the right term. Splitting the household, but I love this show. Horimiya, you are delightful, and I honestly would go back and probably binge watch you from start to finish.
Do you want the ring on Hori or Miyamura's hand, Dal?
I want the ring on Yuki's hand. She's a precious bean. But if I have to choose between Hori or Miyamura, I guess I'll choose Miyamura.
Have that off. It's Hori or Miyamura. What's on this background?
Sorry, you were cutting in and out.
I said, well, you don't get an option. There's only Hori or Miyamura on this poster.
Okay, give it to Miyamura. He's a good boy, and I really relate to him.
I put my ring on Toto's hand.
Ah, for your brother.
Brother from another mother.
Itadori.
Why don't you throw the marriage posters up on the board once you have a chance?
Oh, shit. Did you post them?
In Wedding Bells, Winter 2021.
Yay. Uh, well, I'll go last, really quick. Meep, let's hear some fabulous words for your marriage pick. Jujutsu Kaisen.
Now, oh, okay. We haven't given our votes for final episode of
Oh,
Horimiya
well,
yet.
then why did you tell me to throw up the fucking poster?
I was saying once we're done.
Okay. Yeah, no, chat. Custody was definitely the wrong word. Sorry about that. But yeah, no. I'm fucking this final episode. While I think the 12th episode is my preferred out of the two. This is still great. Seeing everyone come around, just have a lot of love in their heart for each other. Miyamura reflecting on how different and how generally worse everyone would be if they didn't open themselves up to each other the way they did. And just seeing nice little, not absolute resolutions and conclusions for everyone's stories, but it was, I loved seeing Shun, his sister, finally seeing his school persona when she's just like silent and just shocked and being like, Shun, big brother Shun, yes, little sister, that is you, right? You are my brother Shun, right? He's like, yes, little sister. I thought that was amazing. Yeah, I love the show. Big eggplant. I love you. I love you. I love you, Horimiya. Will you be mine?
I'm gonna fuck Horimiya. It's a fantastic romance. It is phenomenal what they do with the amount of chapters. But at the same time, I do feel for the manga readers. This for manga readers that came in and watched the first like 6 episodes, seeing it be done basically chapter for chapter, and then immediately having that shift. I do feel for you. The first 6 episodes led you to believe this was something that it wasn't, and I'm not sure if that was just a shift in direction or if they knew they weren't going to be able to get a second season, but or they could have had somewhere they wanted to specifically end. I don't know, but I do feel for them. But on the other hand, with what they had, they did amazing. I'm gonna continue fucking the show, but people that are upset about this, I feel you. We hear you, but again, we are anime only watchers, and as anime only watchers, we think this did a great job. Well, me and Dal did. Gilly hasn't given his opinion yet, but I wonder what Gilly's gonna say. I wonder if Gilly liked this show, guys. I won't speak for anyone though. I may poke fun, but I won't speak for anyone. But yeah, I'm giving this episode the fuck.
Come on, Gilly. Last minute betrayal. Let's go.
I love Horimiya. I'm gonna fuck this episode. I love this show. It's great. I'm I'm just sitting here actually skimming this manga, and the teacher actually gets an entire like volume focused on him.
Is it any good?
It's
Does he get
actually,
arrested?
yeah.
Does he get arrested?
He's still just as much as a creep. They're talking about like coming over to his like Miyamura, uh, Toru, and I keep forgetting his name because he just was not around long enough. Mr. Greenhair want to go to his house.
Shun. Yeah.
They want to go to his house, and he's like, I don't want. Oh god, what is it? I want to go to Sensei's house. No guys allowed. However, you can come if you bring a girl. Miyamura, you bring Hori.
That would be a
It's like
fucking.
it's
That,
fucking ridiculous.
that
I
would
love
be a thing
this.
that would happen. Oh my god.
Does this guy get arrested?
By the way, you joke me, but a couple of those female students definitely wanted to bang him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yep. Sensei, take a selfie with us. Sensei, why is your arm not around us? Sensei, come closer. I'm like, oh, okay.
It gave me flashbacks to a show I'm also watching for contractual reasons. But not for next season. It's actually for something else me and another friend are doing.
Ah, okay.
We're
But yeah,
watching some
anything,
older anime.
Anything, ow, my ears, meep. Anything for, anything else for our lovely, darling Horimiya?
Not from me, no.
Alright, well, Horimiya, congratulations on completing. You're both Cloverworks. So, congratulations, Horimiya, for getting my hand in marriage, and also shame on you, Cloverworks, for overworking your staff to the point of hospitalization, and for making this easier on me to decide between Wonder Egg and Horimiya.
Horimiya is also done by Clover.
That's what I said.
Oh, wait, I'm confused. How did it make it easier? Then?
They made it easier because Wonder Egg is not done.
Oh, okay. Also, I'm sorry for raising my voice. That was just my genuine
You're
confusion.
Yeah, I know. In the meantime, shall we switch over to our final hurrahs to our brides and husbands and wedding partners to be?
Sure thing.
Meep, Jujutsu Kaisen is your choice yet again. Who could have seen that coming?
Oh no, it's almost like this is. It's almost like I have this rated as a 10 out of 10 on my anime list.
It's crazy. The
Seriously,
show you're constantly talking about is the one you chose to marry.
listen. I love it. It's phenomenal and it's fantastic. It's amazing. I've been loving every single bit of it. It's gone nothing but up. Like I think my least favorite episode is definitely episode 8 when Toto and Mai first show up. That's just because it felt a little bit disjointed, but hey, that kind of thing happens. I I absolutely loved it though. Like it it does something that I love it when shonen does. It makes the side characters important to not just the main character, but to the story. Like Fushiguro and Nobara are clearly important to the story now. Like Fushiguro has something going on with hidden potential. Fucking also being Sukuna, the one Sukuna is eyeing. I know this is fantastic. It's I don't know what else to say that I haven't said already. It's phenomenal. To just touch on season one, I can't decide which one I love more. I'd have to side with the second half just because god damn does Toto get some magnificent stuff. Do the side characters get some phenomenal shit, and I love Junpei. I love the versus Mahito arc, but at the same time, it the second core wins out by just a slight edge. I will be renewing my vows with Jujutsu Kaisen. Don't worry, viewers. Next season, I'm guaranteed to marry something new.
Surprise! Jujutsu Kaisen, second season, releasing April 12th. Alright. So that's you, right, me?
That is me. I'm just looking at this out of context panel, and I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Oh no, hold on. Let me take a look.
I need you to look at it.
Alright. Okay. What? Please tell me that's an edit.
No, it's not. I'm looking at it right now. I screenshotted that.
Nope, not touching it. No, not touching it. Nope, no, no. Fuck that. Fuck you.
Like
And
it's Kyosuke coming in and making stupid comments when she's telling me more like get the holes in your ears to heal shut already.
fuck that. Fuck you. And fuck Yosuke. Gilly, tell us about your bride, husband, wedding partner.
There's not much I really need to say. I'm just happy with Skate. Happy what it did for me. And it's something I could watch a few times over. Very similar to another show I have watched a few times over.
Are you gonna be going on your honeymoon on the poop monster spot?
Nah, I thought I'd honeymoon down in the pit of spikes.
Hmm.
Oof. Yeah,
Del, have
Longa
you
just straight up.
transitioned to slide?
Have I transitioned to what?
Have you Have you transitioned to slide? I'm just wondering if my stream's delayed.
Oh yeah, stream is super delayed, y'all. It is transitioned. But yeah, yeah, Longa straight up went down a cliff of spikes. Old Gilly, Are you having fun, my son?
Ah. Well, you're not my dad, but I am having fun.
Yes, Papa. I am only 3, Papa. But yeah, I guess I'll usher in myself with Horimiya. I said what I said. I prefer episode 12 is my favorite over 13. I just really liked. It's the best Christmas episode I've ever seen. The show is very pretty to look at. The whole depicting anxiety as everything whiting out and you just having this shadowy layer of like colors that are changing is a wonderful visual cue. I don't like I don't like Hori's physical violence tendencies, though it's meant for humor. And we didn't really get to talk about this during the when we were just talking about the show, but this show's funny, man. Like this show, Skate made me laugh a few times. Jujutsu Kaisen made me laugh a few times. Jobless Reincarnation made me laugh a few times. Even Spider got a couple of chuckles and laughs out of me. But Horimiya has consistently, almost episode to episode, made me cry and laugh. Sometimes even in the same episode. Its humor was on point. Its characters are great. The pacing and narrative is impressive when you understand the scope, but just consistent and enjoyable when you are watching it in its entirety. And for a show with this many characters that like I only disliked 2 or 3, one of which became way better at the end. Looking at you, Remy, good on you. Yeah, pink-haired gremlin. I love the show. I'm really glad we all got to watch it together. And I am just realizing now that they're holding pictures of their old selves in this photo, and I love this show even more. That's it, guys. That's winter 2021.
We still have our awards.
We do. But that was a series. That was the season of anime, y'all. Well, that's not true. Wonder Egg is finishing in June, and Spider is finishing on Friday. Well, not
Which
finishing,
means
but
Spider.
yeah.
Which means Spider's carrying on to spring. Then when it's around fall, we'll have her summer season.
Wait, hold on. Is Spider carrying over to spring?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I didn't realize that.
It's 24 episodes.
Shit. Okay.
We're gonna have to string together these 4 chunks of this episode, though.
That's. We'll figure it out. It goes without saying, but I'm not touching this today.
I'm sure our audio editor.
Yeah, I think.
We'll probably be able to snag him in a call because I think he wanted to watch more JoJo's tonight too.
Sounds good. Sounds
Oh
good.
yeah. Final graveyard tour for this year. I've been watching JoJo's. We're in part 2. Part 2 is good. Part 1 I don't think is good. That's my review.
And you're wrong.
Fucking dare you.
Yep. Fuck you, Miko.
How dare you all you want. But I am entitled to my opinion.
You are. You're also entitled to be wrong.
You're entitled to be wrong, Delaron.
I am. I'm just not wrong in this case.
Oh, you are.
Alright, boys. It's been a long stream. This has been a good technical difficult filled 5 hours. 4 hours if we don't count the technical difficulties. Thank you everyone for coming, y'all. This is another season of anime under all of our belts. We have survived.
Yeah. Just make sure to cut out technical difficulties before we send it to our audio editor to string them together.
I'll give it a look-see on Thursday or Friday.
Yagi, no!
All right, everyone. We'll bid everyone adieu. Say bye, everyone, because we're gonna see you guys tomorrow at the same time, starting around 1:30 ish. Pay attention to the Discord. Meep, drop that link. You guys could check it out in the doobly doo. As always, I've been Daller on Quest, and we're gonna be doing our awards tomorrow.
Quick, Vamp while I get the Discord link.
You could just drop it in.
I need to grab it.
Go ahead. Gilly, say farewell. I don't know why that was ominous. It wasn't intentionally ominous.
I've been giddy.
How many breads have you eaten, Gilly?
Also, I keep looking at more of this fucking shit, and holy fuck.
Yeah?
There's a lot of jokes that they did not put in there, and I understand why.
Okay. Is the manga more goblin-y?
It gets a lot. It gets a little more. At least in terms of like how they talk and some of their jokes, it's a little more what you'd actually expect from high school students.
Okay.
So it gets perverse from time to time and really stupid and questionable, and it's great.
Fair enough.
Ah, Ishikawa-kun,
What's
you
next?
think hamsters are cutest from the back too, right? You don't get it, Miyamura-kun. When it comes to hamsters, it's all about the eyes. Sorry, but I literally don't care.
I love it. It's every fucking line is gold. Oh god.
Alright, everyone. Thank you. I will, yes, check. You know what? No, Markan, I'm not giving you that one. Alright, y'all. We appreciate everyone. Goodbye. We'll see you guys tomorrow for our awards, and then next time. Bye.
Boy.